The 53-man final roster cut deadline isn't until tomorrow at 4 p.m. But that hasn't stopped the Steelers from staying ahead of the curve. Big Deke news. So over the weekend, the Steelers released 9 players. Among those released were wide receiver Dan Chisena, defensive back Neville Clark, receiver Aaron Cruikshank, linebacker Coin Dang, cornerback Mondre Harper, defensive lineman James Nyamwaya, kicker BT Potter, linebacker Forrest Ryan, and long snapper Rex Sunaharna. But that's not all, because today the team released an additional 10 players. And those included were offensive lineman LaRaven Clark, offensive lineman William Dunkel, safety Jalen Elliott, running back Darius Higgins, cornerback Lavert Hill, defensive lineman Manny Jones, quarterback Tanner Morgan, linebacker Tanner Muse, we'll talk about that more, linebacker Toby Ndukwe, and safety Kenny Robinson. So if my math is correct here, that's a total of 19 players from the initial 90, which gets us to 71. 71 minus 53 is 18. The Steelers have 18 more cuts to make before 4 o'clock tomorrow. But also, if you go to the list, I think we definitely knocked a few players off that I don't have to worry about anymore potentially making the roster. You guys know the whole context, right? I listed, through the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks, I listed off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 names that we signed. And I said, listen, man, we don't got to go too in-depth about this because I don't think they're going to be making the team once the roster cuts happen. And I said, if any of these dudes do make the team, I would give away $100 for each one that did to subscribers of the channel. But, man, I think we just knocked off Forrest Ryan, Jalen Elliott, Neville Clark, Coin Dang, and Aaron Cruikshank. Is there anyone else missing? Oh, Lavert Hill, too. So that's 6. So that only leaves 3 for the giveaway list. So now the potential giveaway can only reach $300. But it's Greg Bell, Trenton Thompson, and Xavier Talladay. I still don't think any of those 3 are going to be making the roster. The guy with the best chance is Trenton Thompson. So that's the guy you guys probably have your last hope in for the giveaway. But now let's talk about Tanner Muse getting cut. This was the biggest name of the 19 that were released recently. And it's shocking to me because I had him a part of my 53-man roster projections. All the other names included here, I just didn't really think they were making the team anyway. But Tanner Muse, this is a guy we signed over the spring who was a special teams ace with the Seahawks, was doing good things in the special teams area for the Steelers. Obviously showed he could be a little bit of a liability on defense, but I thought the Steelers were going to prioritize Muse's special teams work over anything. And like I said, try to build this special teams all-star squad by having a Tanner Muse, a Miles Boykin, a Gunner, a guy like Miles Killebrew. These dudes don't have the best of versatility for their actual positions on offense and defense, but are very prominent in the special teams game. But I guess it just wasn't enough for the Steelers to keep Tanner Muse. Now we'll have to keep an eye out for the other guys. But Tanner Muse has officially been released today. Now, what does this do? It opens up a roster spot that I thought would be taken. I think Nick Kwiatkowski is definitely a lock to be a part of the inside linebacker core, inside linebacker rotation now, because we got our 4 locks: Mark Robinson, Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts, and Quan Alexander. But Nick Kwiatkowski will be that 5th guy. I don't see us keeping only 4. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to be keeping at least 5 linebackers. Now, I don't think we're going to be missing out that much on Tanner Muse, to be honest, because Kwiatkowski can play special teams. Now, Muse is probably better in that area, but Kwiatkowski is a much better linebacker, has started in the league, and that is more what he's known for than playing special teams. So I get that. I'm just a little surprised. Like I said, I thought we valued Tanner Muse like that. What else could it mean? Let me think. Because I actually initially had the Steelers keeping 6 inside linebackers, Kwiatkowski and Muse. So that roster spot, for me, based off my projections and what I was thinking, does that mean Gentry could make it now? Obviously, Kendrick Green helps his chances. What other guys? Armon Watts. Trey Norwood. Like, those are the guys that I was considering on the bubble, but this would make an open spot for him with Tanner Muse not being here. But let me know what you guys think about some of these roster cuts. Are there any names that you were surprised by outside of Tanner Muse that we released, out of those 19 that I mentioned at the beginning? But yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for more. I'm sure we're going to be having a lot more news and transactions that happen over the next 24 to 48 hours, because not only do the Steelers have these cuts to get it down to 53, but other teams are trimming up their roster, and who knows if the Steelers could be interested in any of those new players that become available. But stay tuned. Obviously, we'll be dropping videos, dropping reactions. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay chilling on a Monday, and peace.